Today is our lower body focus since we did upper last week. We're just going to kind of play around with different movements. Like I explained the last time we did this, you should roll for maybe like 10 to 15 rolls if you're kind of in a rush and you want to get it done within like 3 to 5 minutes before a workout. But if you have the time, kind of like now, we're going to take about 12 to 15 minutes. You really just want to focus on working it until you really don't feel it needs to be worked anymore. So it's kind of like getting a massage where they kind of focus on a section until you don't need it anymore. So just pretend this is a nice, beautiful massage. We work left side, we work right side. We never work our spine. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to start with our inner hip flexor. So when you have that foam roller on the ground, I want you to try to almost get it on the inside and not on top of your leg. So your other leg is just going to get out of the way. You're going to put it onto the side. You're going to come, and it's going to be your hip flexor. So you should kind of have a slight tilt on your body. And remember, the more body weight that you have down on it, the more you're going to feel it. And you're going to let your legs or your hands or your arms kind of be the pressure that rolls it back and forth. So now I like to lift my leg up that's on the foam roller because I feel like it also adds more pressure. You are more than welcome to put that leg down and also kind of roll back and forth on it. But again, I think lifting my leg up adds a little bit more like pressure. So remember, we are not on the top of our thigh. We are on the inside right now. So I am rolling. It's kind of like you almost feel that cartilage where your leg kind of hooks in to your hips. And that's what we're focusing on right now. And you're rolling right up until like you're on top of your pelvis bone. And then you're rolling right down to like mid-thigh. Remember, you're not on front of your thigh, you're on the inner part. And you're just using those elbows and you're using your back leg to just roll. And so a lot of, too, like the misconception with foam rolling and it hurting so badly is because people are just rolling their entire leg at one time, right? You never really attack a project with one whole like thing. You always pull it apart. You take apart the pieces. And that's kind of what we do with foam rolling here is we take it apart in little pieces. And then when you find a hot spot, like I just kind of did, pulse on it for a second, roll it back and forth, and just kind of work it out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come down and we're going to work the inside of our leg right down to the inner part of our knee. So we're not rolling on top of our knee ever, but we're just kind of coming down. So now what I'm going to do is just kind of get into like a TV relaxing position, and I'm rolling my body over and across and pushing. So this leg is pushing onto that roller, and I can feel it actually right when I get to like the bottom part of my knee. It's really tight. My tendons are tight. Just roll. And if the foam roller gets stuck in your thick shag carpet like it is here, put your hand on it and it helps you roll it. But you need to be pushing down. So a lot of runners will get this pain on the insides and the outsides of the knee. This is a really good technique to do that. Okay, so it's not so bad, right? A couple more seconds. It's on the outside of our leg when we start screaming our don't want us and it hurts so bad. All right, okay. So now we're gonna come back up in the same manner, right? We work the inside here. We're gonna now start with the up. So we're gonna put that foam roller kind of right where that hip crease is. And now we're gonna come down onto our elbows. And again, you can use your feet, but the side that I work, I kind of like to lift it up. I feel like, I don't know, gravity helps a little bit maybe. And I'm just gonna push, and maybe it's like 4 or 5 inches. It's like right in that like hip girdle area. And it's not coming down, not so much on my quads yet, okay? So I didn't come down to the middle of my thigh just yet. This is more of a hip flexor. And just shimmying back and forth. Again, you can take this leg up, you can bend it. Your other leg, you can have your knee down on the ground, or you can lift that leg up off the ground and use your toes. Sometimes you can pull on your carpet. Back and forth. And these are the things, the necessary evils that none of us like to do on our own. All right, so again, not rolling over the top of your kneecap, but starting right at the bottom. We're gonna come down, and now you are on your quad. So this is where you might start feeling that discomfort just ease through, okay? So there's no need to go flying through these rolls. And when you find that hot spot, right, pulse back and forth. Whew. Sometimes I like to look at my watch and watch my heart rate spike. Like it just spiked to 93. Good. My quads are really tight. Okay, and remember, just do not roll over the top of your knee. So you can come down all the way to right where it begins. Don't roll over it. Just a couple more seconds here, and we're going to move to the exterior part of our upper leg. Everyone treads. Okay. So now the exterior part. This is painful because it's your IT band. This is like the most forgotten part of our body, especially when we're super active. And that's why it's so sensitive. So take your time on it. Take your breath, your breathing. Don't quit on it. Just kind of slow it down if you need to. So same thing, you want to start at like your hip. And what I do is I straighten out that bottom leg, the leg that's on the roller, and I like to bring this foot out in front. And I'll either hold on to my knee or depending on, again, your carpet, I'll hold on to the foam roller. But you need to make sure that you're not rolling onto your back of your leg for your hamstrings and that you're not rolling on front for your quads. You are staying on the side. Now, again, we cut our thigh into two, right? So now we're just doing hips to mid-thigh on the outside. So it's like you just get to that little spot and then you get to come back, okay? So when we move to the bottom half of our thigh, that's kind of where that mind over matter mentality comes into play, right? So you can lift that bottom leg up off the floor. Remember how I said I like to kind of lift it up and I feel like it adds more pressure? And that's exactly what it just did. And because my carpet is thick, I just use my hand to assist here. Just a couple more. And again, you find that hot spot, just kind of like pulse back and forth on it a little bit. When you take it little pieces at a time, it's not so bad. All right, so here's the part that everyone hates. All right, we're middle thigh. Do not roll over your knee. You come right down to the top of it. And this is where you are going to feel that IT band slow and controlled. Make sure you keep your breath. Don't hold it. And then roll back and forth. Right, and you control the pressure, right? So if your foot's on the ground or you put your leg on the ground and you're more bottom heavy, then less of your body weight's going to be on that foam roller. But when I lift up my leg, it shifts my body weight more so onto that foam roller. And remember, take a break if you need it. And when you find that spot where it's like, it hurts so good, you know, cue John Mellencamp song. Hold it back. 5 more seconds. All right. Okay, now we get to sit on it. This one's my favorite. I think it just feels really good. You can kind of feel the knots in your butt actually come out. So you're going to sit on it. One butt cheek is off, one butt cheek is on. I like to kind of just lean back and I'll use my heels and you're kind of just only staying in like the area of your glutes, okay? So we're not back here. And some of you might actually feel like there's a golf ball in there or something. Just kind of pulse it back and forth and roll it. You can kind of tilt to the side and manipulate it a little bit, shift back and forth. This one works best when you're on like a really soft, like flat surface with nothing in the way because the roller just kind of rolls smoothly. Whereas here, I think I'm kind of doing a little bit extra work on the carpet. All right. And then lastly on the side, we're gonna come down and I just kind of lift, I help myself, like I hold my leg up and you can roll. You can also just kind of come back and roll like this. You can put this foot down, you can put your heel down, you know, whatever works best for you. Keep shifting away. And this one just feels pretty good, right? So whenever you think about foam rolling in the gym, you come in, this is usually the first position that everyone goes to. It's just kind of sitting on it and rolling with it. All right, let's get to the second hip. Now we have our whole other leg to think about. So remember, first thing we're doing is we're coming down, putting it between our legs. We're getting that hip flexor. So you're here and you're shifting it. So we're on the inside. Remember, you're rolling the inside. I'm trying to show you. Okay, so I'm not on the front of my leg. It's coming up. It's where it feels like my hip would plug in, or my leg would plug into my hip and just roll. And let your neck and your head relax when you're doing this too. Lose that tension. And I want you to shift right to the middle. So we always split that leg in half. Over here, bottom of the knee is there. A little bit, just roll. Okay. 3 or 4 inches. Lifting that leg up helps you put a little bit more pressure down on it. But if you want to put that foot down, that's fine. It shouldn't be painful. Anything you put your body through should not literally make you want to quit. It should be challenging, maybe, but always rewarding. Oh, this one is nice and tender on this side. Okay, and we're gonna come to the front. So remember, we're always starting right up top. The foam roller in place, and then get your body in place. No rush, okay? And again, it's only that little section. So hips right to the top of that quad. Lift your leg up if you want. Here, I just kind of use my elbows to dig back and forth. I put my toe down and I kind of just push my body forward. All right, now you're gonna come to the middle of your quad. This is where you might start feeling it. Definitely here. Quad is sore. It's interesting, only this one. The other one was not so much. And again, if you want to lift that leg up and press down. So I found a little tiny hot spot here. There's like a little meatball in there. So I'm just gonna focus and roll it out. Few more seconds. All right, so we're gonna move to the outside. Remember, half of your leg. So starting on that hip. Get yourself set. Now, again, this is for me, bringing my foot in front really helps me focus on being rolled forward so that I don't end up shifting onto my back. But if you want to keep that back foot back there, whatever is comfortable for you, okay? So you come here, and we're only going mid-thigh, come all the way up top of those hips, and roll it out. Nice, nice and slow. And if you do this, like I said, you're in like a time crunch, so we're going to spend 10 minutes on each part in 8 or 9 minutes, but you can do the whole thing in like 5 just by doing 5 to 10 rolls per. But if you have the time, slow it down. All right, here comes the fun part. Right into that middle. Again, make sure you're not rolling back. Make sure you're not rolling forward. You are on your side. You are disciplined. You are going to roll that IT band out. And you're going to breathe. Focus. So the best way that foam rolling was described to me, I'm just trying to distract you, was, think of a piece of chicken when you're getting ready to cook dinner and it's raw and it has that thin like layer, almost like skin, but it's clear. So that's like fascia. So that's what we're doing right now. It's the fascia release. So when you are like working that and peeling that and you're tenderizing your chicken, that's what's letting the chicken kind of get soft. And so this is what you're doing to your body. You're working that outer layer. All right, let's go to the back part. Last two. Make sure you only have one butt cheek on. And then you roll wherever you need to see fit. And if you wanted to keep rolling your IT band, go for it. Sometimes people don't really need their glutes done. Basically what we're doing here is I'm just trying to give you a taste of everything, but take whatever you want or whatever you need. And you can keep doing this when we finish. All right, and then we'll move to the back of our leg. Remember, don't roll behind that kneecap, just up and down on that leg. You can even rotate. You can take your foot and kind of start at like a 9 o'clock, bring it to a 12 o'clock, turn it to 3. All right. And the last thing that we're going to do is you're going to take that foam roller and you're going to place it right behind you. You're going to line it up at the middle of your spine, and I want you to lay back. You're just going to open your arms, let your arms fall to the side, let your shoulders completely fall open, and just let that chest open and kind of fall to the side. So whenever we lay down on our backs, we don't really have the opportunity to let them fall open because we usually just lay flat. So this gives your body the opportunity to kind of turn in that opposite way. And just relax. Push open those shoulders. Reach those fingers out. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. And you did it. Good job, everyone. Happy foam rolling. Have a good day.